Revenge films.
I'm Lauren, 25 years old, full-time worker. My boyfriend since college, Nick, proposed to me recently. We've shared the good and the bad, but he got a job at the trading company of his wish. He got used to his work and was financially stable. We decided to tie the knot after 6 years of dating. We set a date for our wedding. I resigned from my work and moved to our new apartment. We met each other's parents, and I was just focused on my wedding plan. One day, I got a message from Zuri, a high school classmate. She found out about my upcoming wedding. She had a habit of stealing her friend's boyfriend. Naturally, all of my friends hated her for that. But in high school, I looked like a boy and belonged to the basketball team, so I didn't have a boyfriend and had no trouble with her. Probably, I was the only one who kept in touch with her in my circle. Zuri told me abruptly, "Let me meet your fiance. We're friends, right?" I told her I was busy with wedding planning at the moment, and then she asked me the details of my wedding. A few days later, after meeting with the wedding planner at the venue, we ran into Zuri. She said, "What a coincidence!" But I knew she ambushed us. She asked us to have coffee at a nearby cafe, and I couldn't really say no. She sat in front of Nick instead of me and acted pretty and overly nice to Nick for the whole time. She looked up at him and asked, "What kind of work do you do?" I knew right away she was after him, but we've been together for 6 years and he never cheated on me. He loved me and I trusted him. I didn't think he would be seduced by Zuri now. We ended up being there for an hour, watching her acting mysteriously. It was already dark when we left the cafe. When we got home, he said,
"Why do I have to exchange texts with Zuri?"
I didn't get it for a moment. What? Did you exchange numbers?
She said you asked her to exchange numbers with me for emergencies while you were in the bathroom.
Of course, I never said such a ridiculous thing. It's all her game plan. Speak of the devil, he just got a text from her. "I had a really good time today. Let's do it again." And he said,
"She freaks me out."
Immediately, I messaged her, "Nick doesn't want your messages. Stop sending them to him." But there was no response. A few days later, I met him after work to go to the venue together for more planning. Then I saw something unbelievable. He and Zuri were sitting at the cafe talking. I walked into the cafe and asked them straight, "What are you doing here?" Then she said, "Oh, you got me." Pretending to be upset, Nick said,
"Huh?"
and looked at her confused. "I am telling you, stop bothering him." We left the cafe, but I couldn't help worrying about this. I asked him, "Why were you at the cafe with her?" And he said that he got there early and walked in the cafe. Then Zuri found him and sat at his table uninvited. When he told her not to text him anymore because he's getting married soon, and she said, "Oh, great, we have to tell her the news." Which didn't make sense to him. He was about to leave when I found them there. He said,
"She's scary,"
and blocked her right there. He told me to block her too, but I couldn't because she was still a friend from high school. The next day, he forgot something at home and I went to his office to deliver it. Then I found Zuri in front of his office building. This unsettled me, but I walked up to her. "What are you doing here?" And I grabbed her arm. Why are you here? He's mine now. You have to give up on him." She said this triumphantly. "Huh?" "Nick proposed to me yesterday. I had been eyeing him for a while after I heard he had a high income. He was easy. There was not much to fight for." I got scared at this point. "Stay away from him." I called him up as soon as I got into the building. He came down quickly and I told him everything that just happened. When I told him about the proposal, he laughed so hard he held his stomach.
"Why would I propose to a friend of my fiance? She's a lunatic!"
And told me to just ignore her. He's right. Even though she was a friend from high school, trying to steal a friend's fiance was out of line. I didn't want anything to do with her anymore and blocked her. I was going to call the police if she showed up at his office or our venue. When I got home, the doorbell rang soon after. It was Zuri. She followed me to my home. I was shocked and froze. She said, "Sorry to steal your fiancé when you almost got married. He became crazy about me and couldn't wait to propose to me." And again laughed triumphantly. I told her that when I told him about it, he couldn't stop laughing, and she looked confused. What? He told me not to text him because we'd be together forever. We don't have to use text. Isn't that what he meant? She misinterpreted his words fatally. Of course not. He meant he'd be marrying me soon, so he didn't want you to send him a text. That's what he meant. Oh no, I already broke up with my boyfriend. She said she had a boyfriend who became her fiance recently, but since Nick had a higher income, she made a more aggressive approach to him and misunderstood that Nick proposed to her and broke up with her fiance. How could you make up for this? She grabbed me and shook me, so I said, I'm calling the police. And she got even more upset and acted like a crazy person. Give me back my life, you stupid couple! While she was screaming, my neighbor already called the police and they arrived soon. I told them how she had been acting like a stalker for the past few weeks, and they took her away. We were relieved from her trouble for a few days, and I got a call from a man who said he was Zuri's ex-fiance. He said he was investigating Zuri's sudden break from their engagement. I told him everything she had done to us. The man sounded astonished and apologized to me as he hung up the phone. Even though it was her fatal misunderstanding, he couldn't forgive Zuri for aiming and trying to seduce somebody else. Not knowing that, she went to ask him to get back together, conveniently, but he just told her that he would never see her or get back together, and they broke up officially. Zuri was hated by women and had no friends. When she broke up with her fiancé, she had nobody. I heard she was looking for someone desperately. Interestingly, she managed to engage a few people after that, but when the partner found out she had no friends to come to the wedding, he got suspicious and did a background check on her, which revealed her problematic past behavior and recent police incident, and the partner broke off the engagement. After she repeated this a few times, she learned that she had to live all by herself for the rest of her life. As for us, we got married and had a child. I'm a stay-at-home mom now. I still keep in touch with the friends from high school and made some new mom friends. When you treat your friends wrong, you can end up alone in the world.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.